We've got a lot going on this week. We had a lot of news last week, which has affected our trading bots. So hence why we turned them off. Before the news, we had non-farm payroll, which obviously pushed gold down massively, or pushed the dollar up actually, which then pushed gold down. So lot of news last week, lots of things happening. So let's move on and have a look at the charts. Okay, so to start with, we're going to look at the news, what we've got and planned for the week ahead. I mean, currently our bots are trading at the moment, but let's have a look at the calendar. So obviously in 25 minutes time, we have the ISM PMI services. This news, it might affect the dollar, it might affect gold. We have to wait and see. My bots are all currently running at the moment. So I'm going to potentially lock in with the equity protectors on each bot at the moment, because I'd like to trade through the news, to be honest, to make sure that I catch the profits that I'm owed. So we've got unemployment claims on Thursday as well this week, which is possibly going to be big news for the dollar and gold. So let's have a quick look at the charts. So gold is at 1944 against the dollar at the moment. The dollar is 103.8. So you can see what's happened with the dollar. It's obviously weakened a lot here, and then it's strengthened a lot here. Now this strengthening time has come off the back of the non-farm payroll, so it would have been on Friday around that sort of time. So yeah, if you look at the time at the bottom, timestamp, yeah, so that rally came from that. Obviously push gold in the opposite direction. But gold is at this level now. So technically, yes, we are at a level. We are bouncing back up. Technicals for gold, really want to be looking at fundamentals, which are the interest rate decisions, those sort of items, the red report news, and the reasons why we turn off our trading bots. So we've got gold there. Now, silver follows gold. Doesn't always follow gold, but we might see some low price in silver before we look for an opportunity to get into silver. So we're going to be watching this. See what happens with gold. We are in a new month. We're in June now. So really trading has started today. You can see technically gold is sort of bouncing off this sort of level. I mean, there is a level there. You can see it here as well. So that price 1939.40. That's quite a strong level there. Okay, it's broken through here, but it's come back out and rallied over the last couple of weeks. At some point, gold and silver should continue up, but you never know. This is my opinion. Now, the one I am watching quite a lot at the moment is oil. Now, I got into oil at right at the bottom, actually. I used one of our bots for it. So where's oil? Okay. 68.3 on the 15-minute chart. So if we go to the 15-minute chart on oil, I used our Emax Trader Pro. So I put the Emax Trader Pro on here, around about here, after this cross actually, and it took the trade here when these two moving averages crossed over. I'm still in this trade. I've locked in quite a big fair chunk of profit there. Now I've got a stop loss locked in at this level, 72.79. So 72.79. So I've really locked in a fair chunk of profit. So really, I've got 2 trades running. I did have 3 trades running. One of them I came out of earlier on Friday, I believe it was, with a small amount of profit. I left the second one to go higher and the third one to go higher. Now, we might get stopped out with a locked-in profit at 72.8. So I have to wait and see on that. But it's locked in anyway, so there's no risk there. Got a chunk of profit there, so nice. Now, oil has gapped up. Now, the reason this gapped up was because of the OPEC meeting over the weekend. They are cutting production. So, supply and demand, isn't it? So, really, they cut production. They announced that. There's a big OPEC meeting on Sunday. And lucky I got in on Friday. Well, lucky Emacs Trader Pro got me in here. Got me into the trade. And then I am manually actually adjusting this trade as we go on. Because what happens with the Emacs Trader Pro, what it will do, it will set its stop loss at whatever settings you have it at, and it will set the take profit as well. So what I've done, because of the gap, or the possible gap, this is on Friday, and the gap up in price, I decided that I would switch over to manual trading and expand my take profit, just in case it gapped up and it carried on going up. It hasn't done that. It's actually pulled back, and it's just about to stop me out, possibly at break even. With a big chunk of profit there. So, okay, the other trade I'm in at the moment as well is Tesla. So I've got some nice Tesla profits there as well. So again, Tesla did the same thing, gapped up. Okay, didn't gap up on my charts there that much, a little bit. Okay, well, 15-minute chart. So yeah, there's a small gap on my broker over there. However, on this particular broker, there's quite a big gap. So what I'm going to do with this, you can't see at the moment, I'm going to lock in some profits on these trades. So I'm going to put one of my stop losses at 215. Okay, so that locks me in a few thousand, and then I've got the other trade there. So I'm going to modify that one. Stop loss at 210. So there's a little bit of profit there with the 210 one. So what might happen, the price might come down, stop me out, and I've made a little bit of profit. Or it'll carry on going, and then I can move my stop loss up as we go higher. So we'll see on that one. So where is crypto at the moment? So Cardano, technically again it looks like it's bounced. Bitcoin's the main driver. So Bitcoin's sort of starting to pull back up now. Okay, so I mean, some traders would look at this and say this is a buy opportunity around here, because there is a level, and basically it's cheaper than what it is up here. That's the bottom line. I mean, Tesla is actually flying at the moment. That's good. So Ethereum against Bitcoin. Now, Ethereum is obviously quite a bit stronger. It has been quite a bit stronger than Bitcoin recently, as you can see. So one of the strategies I quite like to do is swapping Ethereum for Bitcoin. So depending on Emacs Trader Live and Trader Pro. Now with that particular bot, okay, I don't trade the bot itself with Bitcoin against Ethereum. I do it manually, but the bot can alert me when the time is possibly right. So, for example, this cross here on the 4-hour chart would have been a nice time to exchange my Ethereum for Bitcoin. Or sell my Bitcoin for Ethereum even. And let it go up. And then swap it back. When we get a crossover, we'll swap it back. So there's Ethereum against a pound. Now here's Ethereum against a dollar. Now we could use this moving average strategy to decide when to buy, because what you see here, I mean, this is how the EMAX system works really. It's moving averages crossing over the 50 and the 20, and what you've got is a crossover here, so then you're short. Okay, there's not a very good setup there, but then there's a head and shoulders pattern forming there actually, formed, and then you know, that's a reason why I might go short, and then the crossover would be the confirmation, go short on that. So sell it for dollars, let it drop a bit further, and then buy in again. When we see the crossover, you would have bought in back in here, so you would have just made a small amount of profit. So it looks like we're going to get another cross, but it might be a cross to go down. Now, what we can do, we can actually tie this cross in to RSI as well. So if we put the relative strength index in, okay, so now we combine the two. Okay, so when I mentioned this trade here, possible short, we're not in this zone. We're not in the 20% or 30% zone up here or anything. So that wouldn't have been a trade, in fact. Now, just looking back at Ethereum back here, no. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because we are in the sell zone up here, but we have no moving averages crossovers until then. So obviously the price has stayed around here for a little while. Okay, I just got stopped out that oil in profit, so that's fine. I'm okay with that. Okay, quite a nice bit of profit, but just have a look at that oil. Yeah, so you can see it's starting to drop again. So what I might do, okay, that other oil trade is in a minus $100. So I'm going to take that loss there because I've just made about 4,000. So I made 3,900. Okay, because oil looks like it's just about to, a bit of a sell-off happening at the moment. So this is one to watch anyway with oil, because obviously what's happened is obviously the price has gapped up to this point, right up to $74, and people haven't continued to buy. They've sold it, taken their profits and sold. It's pushed it down. I do like quite shorting oil. It's not the best position to short oil because we're not at the top, but we might be seeing a bit of a drop here now. So we've got a moving average crossover about to form as well. So what we can do is possibly sniper in if we see lower prices on oil. So platinum is up today. PAX G obviously follows the price of gold. Oh, nice little move on PAX G there. So, I mean, it is not quite the same price. You can see PAX G is 1944 per ounce, whereas gold against the dollar is 1947 against the ounce. So, okay, we've got 10 minutes until the news. Let's check my bots. Or okay, right. So what we've got here, this is a gold flow. So I have two gold flows running at the moment. They're both on. We do have news in 10 minutes time. So for safety, I'm going to turn that one off. For safety, I'm also going to turn this one off because they're out of trades. Might as well just tell my team. Okay, so those two are out of trades. The gold master as well. So that is actually out of trades. So there's no point in having that on either for the news. Now the gold max will be in trades simply because it's taking a trade every few minutes, depending on what time frame you're on. So let's just squash that back. So what we do here, the gold max, I'll show you a little strategy. Okay, we have got news in a minute, so shouldn't really do this. The safest option, if you've got our Samrock Technologies trading bots, is to be out of trades. Now you can see it's locked in take profit there, okay, which is obviously a minus. It's actually a stop loss in effect. So it's a minus. It says take profit, but it's actually a minus 0.42. So what it's done there is it's locked it in so that when the price actually touches this red line, it'll close out the two trades, and overall it'll be an overall profit. And that overall profit, so we're currently set on the 1 minute chart. We are on version 1. Okay, you can see at the top right here, version 1. So the top right says version 1. See, the oil has stopped dropping. Okay, so the way this bot works, the Gold Max, let's just double check all my bots are off. So that's off. I know it's off because there's a grumpy face in the top right hand corner. The gold flow here is off as well. Grumpy face. Now it's a grumpy face because I've turned it off in this auto trading button at the top. So he can't do his job. That's the gold genius. That's not in any trades at the moment. That actually is not trading at the moment. We need to fund that account and get on with that one. So master as well. I'll just switch that one off. The gold master. Okay, so let's reset that, ready to go for when the news has taken place. So when we're resetting a bot, what I'm going to be doing, I mean, the master, for example, works on the 5-minute time frame or the 15-minute time frame. Now, we have our equity protector in here at 30%. So worst case scenario, black swan event, gold goes up a lot, gold goes down a lot really quickly when we don't know what's happening. We've got our protection in place. Now, these accounts are all profit anyway. So if I lose 30%, that's why I've got it at 30%. I'm not too worried. I always suggest people start with 30% as a potential worst case scenario loss. However, this is very, very unlikely that that big stop loss or that equity protector will actually get hit. So just going back over to the gold max. Okay, so we're totally out of trades now on the gold max. It's going to take a trade every 1 minute, you see. Now, I shouldn't really do this before the news. It's real money, but I'm going to show you what it can do. In fact, we've got 4 minutes to the news. I'm not going to risk it. Let's wind it down. Okay, so it's going to take a trade every 5 minutes now. So it's going to take one at 3. So we might as well wind that down again and put it to the 15-minute chart. So it won't actually take a trade. I'm going to close out that trade and just get rid of it because it's a few pence loss there, but that's fine. It's already made some okay money today. So once we get the news, let's go back to the news, have a look at the news today. Okay, so we've got 2 minutes and then we've got ISM, PMI. Okay, so positive figures. Actual greater is forecast. It's good for the currency. So that would be bad for gold potentially if the dollar does go up. Now, the dollar looks like it might be rolling over. I know quite a few hedge funds and big traders have actually taken, have traded the dollar up to here, and they've actually taken profits. So they're taking profits. All probably happened at the same time, and this is when it encouraged the dollar to drop. And then obviously we've got strength again. But will it roll over? Who knows? Gold is back up to 1948, you see. Technically, that's looking really nice. If this bar does close above, this bar closes above 1950, the 4-hour chart, that's quite a nice. Okay, oil. Just delete those lines, all those levels. Okay, so I will be buying oil again, but I'm going to be waiting. Okay, so we've got 40 seconds until the figures. Okay, so all my bots are off. Just going to check some other bots actually to make sure. Ooh. Gold is flying. Gold is gapped up. Okay. So the results might be negative. Okay. So this could be a bull trap. Yeah, negative. There you go. Right, so look at that. Blimey. Right. Just going to make sure people are out of trades. Oh. Well, interesting. So just got to just check a couple more accounts actually. Okay, good. Yep. These traders have got their bots off. I'm just checking. Yep, all three bots off. Good. They've got. Well done, guys. Okay. I don't normally check my clients' VPSs. I just make sure they are. You know, if they're starting off, I've got to make sure. Just double check they've done the right thing, and they have. So well done, guys. Okay, so this is potentially going to push all metals up. Dollar is crashing. Okay, yeah, there you go. Natural gas, that's another one I'm in. Okay. So silver should be following gold as well. Okay, so where's oil? Okay, oil is stopped dropping. PAX G obviously is gapped up as well. Platinum will be up as well. Okay, palladium be up as well. Palladium? No, palladium hasn't moved. Okay, that might follow later, or might go the other way. But yeah, there we go. This might be the rally. This might be the catalyst for gold to rally high, go to all-time highs. Maybe. Got the FOMC statement as well in next week, I think it is. So that potentially could be the one. So just checking all my bots are off. Because this is a reason why we have to have the bots off, you see, for the news, because we don't know how much it's going to move. We know most of the time that gold is going to move within the range. So let's just go back to okay, let's just go back to our VPS. Okay, so you can see what's happened with gold. It's basically moved from 1947 in 5 minutes up to 1960. And it's not dropping that quick. So it could continue to go. Now, if this happens when your bots are on and you're in trades, then there'll be less pullbacks. So imagine at the moment if we're placed, well, if the bot had placed a trade here, a sell trade here, and another one here, for example, and we're out of the zone, it's not going to do that. it's going to take a lot more trades and it's more calculated than that, obviously. But we need to see gold, if we're in this position, we need to see gold pull back and come down and take profit a little bit. Only needs to come back down a little bit, you see. But if it keeps on going, which doesn't happen that often, but you can see here it's moved quite a bit in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. So we wait. We wait for gold to settle down. And once it's settled down again, we look at the charts and we say, okay. Yep. You can see this gold flow, for example, is placed around about here. It's placed like a sell, a sell, a sell, a sell. Obviously, it's got out of those trades, made the profit, and then we've turned the bot off actually around about here. Normally, you want to be turning the bot off much earlier. I wasn't too worried about this news, to be honest. I was going to get my equity protector locked in, but I was out of trades anyway, so I've just turned it off. So we've got to wait now. This is the beauty of bot trading. You just turn it off, wait for gold to go where it's going to go, then turn it back on again. It doesn't matter if gold is $20 an ounce or $10,000 an ounce. The bot will still work. Gold will still move in the same way. And this is why the bots are so beautiful with gold. So if you do have any questions about our systems here, I'll just quickly take you through Samrock Technologies. So we have the Emacs system. Now the Emacs system is a trade alerter. So it's an alerter which will tell you when the price actually touches a moving average, and you will be able to set the alerter to whatever moving average you want, on what time frame, etc. And then you've got the Trader Pro, which is Emacs Trader Pro. Now this bot is excellent. It's a trend trading bot, so you're looking for trend, and then you're basically using the alerter to help you and save time, and then you're using the trading bot to actually execute the trade if the moving averages are crossed over, like what I mentioned earlier with oil. So if we look at oil again, here on the 15-minute chart, so I basically put the Emacs alerter on the chart. It was around about here actually, but it was here actually. That's when I placed the Emacs Trader Pro trading bot, and then executed the trade at this crossover here, the close of this bar. So yes, I didn't get in quite at the bottom, but if you want to get in earlier, you could go in, and that's a 5-minute. So as long as your moving average is the bigger moving averages at the bottom to determine which way, whether it's going to buy or whether it's going to sell, they obviously need to be set up correctly in correlation with the time frame. So in other words, if we're going to go so on the daily chart, for example, you can see these moving averages are below the price, and they're the small moving average, which is a 20 in this case, and the 50 is actually the determination of which way the bot is going to buy or sell. So we got into that trade. We're now out of that first trade and the second trade. We got out of the other one up here because I locked in the profit. And I did actually take over and manually trade it, but what you can do with the Emacs Alerter and Emacs Trader Pro is let it do its thing. and it'll either hit the stop loss. If there was, in this case, the stop loss would have been X amount of pips, however many pips you set it to, down here, and then the take profit could have been up here or something, and then it would have executed potentially around here, and then at this point in time, this is when this is when you would have got out automatically at this point here, because the stop loss, the take profit would have, you would have hit the take profit. What I did, I actually brought my take profit up higher, or my stop loss up higher. So in other words, I deleted the take profit and I moved this up under here and locked in the profit. And sorry, no, I didn't. I locked it in here. Now I was using this dip here to determine where I'm going to lock in my profits, so that if it did go higher and it didn't come back and touch that, then I would have continued to make profit, but it came down, locked in all of this profit here, and that was that. So anyway, back to the systems we have on offer. We've got the gold, we've got the Emacs system, which I just mentioned then. Got the Gold Genius. Now the Gold Genius is a bot that will trade for you. But the Gold Genius is all about really making sure that you understand. Oh, I'm not actually showing that chart. Sorry about that. So I'm talking about something else. So the Emacs is here. So that's the Emacs system. That is the alerter. So you get the alerter, you get the demo license for the Trader Pro, and the Trader Pro live bot license. So, you know, once you've learned what to do with this, it's a trend trading bot, execution and alerting on price to save you time, to save the emotions, and it'll manage the trade as well. We've also got a trading stop feature. Actually, we need to put that in there. Trading stop feature to put into that bot. That's already in there in the bot itself, but it's just not on here. So it's £2,500 plus £100 a month for the service maintenance and upgrade package and support package. So that just continues, really allows us to be able to support you 100% throughout your trading journey. All of our bots have the same amount, £100, because we want to be there for you, we want to support you, and we want to make sure that you're profitable. Now the Gold Genius is a very different bot. Now we designed the Gold Genius around the fact that we want you to be the Gold Genius, because you are the genius. So the plan for this bot is to test out the bot yourself, try it out, and back test and understand the settings, because in this bot you can change all of the settings. You can change the type of moving averages, you can change the amount of moving averages, you can change the RSI, you can change every setting you possibly need to change in the Gold Genius to suit you. So that's £3,500 plus 100 a month. Okay, now we have the Gold Flow. Now, the Gold Flow is a great bot. It's actually my favorite. Now, the Gold Flow is one I showed you earlier. I think we're up to about 135% on one of the Gold Flow trading accounts. And the only management required for that is to turn it off before the news and turn it back on again when gold has settled down. So it's £5,000 plus £100 a month. Same with the Gold Max. The Gold Max is the same price. So all our bots are £5,000 apart from the Genius and the Emacs, because you're going to be doing a lot more work in the background. So if you want to learn to trade, you want to learn trend trading, then the Emacs is ideal to get started. Now, if you don't want to be working too much and spending too much time learning to trade, then we do recommend obviously start with the Emacs system. But if you want to go straight in, then we do recommend obviously a period of time of bot trading with a demo account to make sure you understand and remember to turn it off. But the management really of the gold flow and the master, not necessarily the max as much, but the master is here. The management really is just turning off and turning back on again. Okay, so yeah. So the max is a totally different animal. So the max is brilliant because you can adjust it. You've got two bots built into one, two characters built into one. You've got a slow paced, consistent trading system there with version 1, and then if you want to up the ante, you go to version 2, and you trade version 2, and it's a lot more aggressive, it's a lot more trades, that sort of thing. So that's good fun. So yeah, but you don't want to leave that running through the night because you could possibly hit your equity protector. So now all of our bots have got the equity protector built in. That's £5,000 plus £100 a month. Got the gold master there as well. So the gold master is quite patient. He's a master of his craft. And then we have a multi-bot package. So any combination of these three bots, the flow, the max, and the master, which is £12,000 plus £250 a month. Okay. Does it really work? Yes, it does. I mean, proof's in the pudding. I mean, these bot results need to be updated, but you can see here's 128%. I think we're up to 135% now on that particular bot. You know, I mean, the master has done about 38%, I think it is, in a month. And like I said, the only management for those bots is to basically turn them off before the news. So if you are interested in knowing any more about these bots, any questions, anything like that, pop in your email address here and click on there, and I'll get your email and I'll get back to you. Thank you for joining, and have a great day.